go.
Hello, pretty girl. How are you? Come here. Hey.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What do you got going on today?
Do you mind taking her today?
What's that?
Do you mind taking her today?
No. My clients love it.
Okay. I'm doing a podcast today, so I'm like rushing over to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. How long are you going to be?
Never mind. The podcast guest just canceled.
You know, well, I have nothing to do today. We could just like...
Do you want to do it here?
Yeah, why not?
Let's do it. Welcome to the In Your Home podcast. I'm your host, Brett Rosenthal. This podcast is about real people and real homes in Philadelphia and other cities near you. As a realtor in Philadelphia, I get to see all types of homes and meet all kinds of people, and I want to share these experiences with everybody. Tons of unique homes and some amazing people is what you will hear and see. If you like what you hear, follow us on your favorite streaming platform. Hello everyone, how are you? My name is Brett Rosenthal. Welcome to another episode of the In Your Home podcast. This wasn't actually planned today, but we have a special guest and we're in a special location. I want to introduce you to Tara Giorgio, and we are in her store in Northern Liberties. She's going to tell you a little bit about herself.
Yeah, like basically my home, right?
Pretty much.
I'm Tara Giorgio. I'm 30 years old. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm practicing for Love Island. And I am the salon owner of 2 brow-focused salons. So,
how do you practice for Love Island?
That was just going to be my
okay.
like intro. Like, you know, why not, right?
Why not?
I keep trying. They just aren't. They're playing hard to get, you know.
Okay.
So,
keep trying.
I know. I will.
Keep trying.
Oak.
Okay,
You want to tell the people how we met?
So I met Tara because we live in the same building.
We're in a toxic relationship.
In the Piazza Alta. She watched my dog one time and then basically became the dog's second parent.
Love that.
And she does a really good job with her. So if you ever need someone to train a dog, you go to Tara.
My new side hustle.
But she agreed to do this, so we're here and we're going to talk about a little bit about brows, Philadelphia, and the dog probably.
Yeah, honestly, I'm excited to get to know you. I really don't. I keep saying that to my clients. They're like, "Who is he?" And like, I'm like, "No, he like literally lives in my building, and I know nothing else other than from his Instagram he's a realtor." So
I am a realtor, yes.
You are.
Yeah. Shocking, right? I try not to make too many videos about real estate though, because what happens is, I think part is people just don't like realtors, and 2 is maybe it bores them. So I try to do like not always realtors, which is why this is great. Because
well, also I would imagine it's, I mean, I don't know, I'm not in search of a home, but like not the best time to be looking.
It's probably not the best time. Yeah.
So people are probably like, all right, like can't afford it. Do you see those reels where it's like, wish I could buy it, and it's the little girl in the corner?
Yeah.
They always do it with houses.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me, miss, get over here. Come here.
So the dog isn't cooperating too much today, but
come, let's go.
We'll do this without her.
The people love it. Look at this face. How could you not?
She's a good dog.
Here.
Anyway, so we kind of said, but where in Philadelphia do you live?
So I live and just opened up my second location. We're in Northern Liberties. And like he said, we both live at the same apartment complex. This is actually my second location. Should I be looking at the camera or you?
Kind of me. But I like look at it every once in a while too. So it's like a little both, but more me, I think.
See, when I audition for Love Island, I have to always look at the camera, so I'm not used to this, you know?
Who do you audition with, do you know?
Just like whenever they drop those links to
Is this on right now, or are we?
Yeah, I love this. As it should be.
Did you know I was on an episode of The Bachelor?
Stop it.
Yeah.
You know what's
It's
weird?
a little known fact. I wasn't the contestant though.
What did you
My
do?
brother was on it and made it really, really far, and it was like at my parents' house.
No way.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it was.
How long ago?
Jeez, I don't know. It was like a while ago. You can't even find the videos on YouTube anymore.
Damn.
That's how long ago it was. It was one of the first like bachelorettes.
Love that. Wonder if he
Yeah.
still has any contacts.
He does,
Love
but
that.
not on Love Island.
There, it's all the same.
Is it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, this is my second location. So my first is in Westchester, right? Not near the college, but I feel like everyone's always, now that I'm here, they're like New York, and I'm like, no, Westchester, PA. And it'll actually be 7 in October. 7 years.
In Westchester. Mm-hmm. And how old is this one?
This will be 1 in October as well.
Okay.
October is a great month for me, apparently.
Did you move to Northern Liberties because you opened the store here, or were you living in Northern Liberties and then opened the store here?
You want the long version or the short?
The long.
Okay. I moved to Northern Liberties for a bunch of different reasons. I like the area. I think that it's probably one of the safer areas of Philadelphia.
Except for the carjacking the other night?
Yeah, I thought. But so I moved for that. I've over a couple years ago, I ended up after the pandemic or during the pandemic, I not only got diagnosed with MS, but divorced. And my doctors are out here. And I don't know, I just felt like I was at this weird place where like, to be the age I was in Westchester single, it's like you're either going to like nice restaurants with your significant other, going to the bar and like hanging out with college students.
Okay.
So I felt drawn to the city. I had a lot of clients commuting from Philly, and yeah, I don't know, between that and my doctors. So I was like, I need to start fresh. Like I felt like I was just like going crazy. I mean, you're in the same place, in the same chair, doing the same thing, and you know, well, excuse you, ma'am, this. Girls these days, you know. Yeah, so I needed a change. I needed a do-over. I needed to start fresh. I just felt like stagnant. And then also you just have like sad memories, whatever. And I was going to so many doctor's appointments in the beginning that I'm over here at Penn. So it was just nice for that reason too. Yeah. So I moved out here, actually right next door to where we live. Mm-hmm. And I was there for, I don't know, not even, probably like 4 months, okay. 6 months, and got robbed, and Post Brothers caught the
robber?
Yeah, the robber on camera. And so I was like, well, I'm gonna go over there because they have security, obviously. My building, even when I toured it, it's like, oh, there's cameras, there's this, and push comes to shove, I'm like, all right, let's get the footage. And they're like, oh, no, they're just for show. I was like, well, like, I don't want to live here then. Right. Like, what? So, yeah, I just up and bopped right next door, and now I've been there. I renewed a couple months ago. So I was like resident, like 52, no big deal.
So wait, so you renewed your lease?
Yeah.
What happened? Does it go up? Does it stay the same?
Yes, it's supposed to. There were a couple like mishaps with my apartment, so I was just like, I either want the apartment that I like thought, like without the, I thought I got a different, no, I have the layout that I wanted, but there must have been something that ran through our apartment that took away some of my closet, and I was like, listen, like, yeah, but also, like, can you help me out? Because this isn't what I signed up for. So they were cool about it, and so that was one of my like contingencies. I'll re-sign, but I'm not going to market price.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, do you like living there?
I do. The amenities are amazing. I think that the community obviously is cool too. So I like it. And then, yeah, back to just like the safety, it just feels good knowing that I can be sleeping and there's someone downstairs at the front desk. And because I swear, like after that, because everything goes through your mind, you're just like, right. Are they gonna come back? Are they gonna send someone else? Am I, you know, and you're just like trying to sleep at night with your eyes open. So it was very like violating. And I feel like every time I came into my house, I was like angry all over again and scared. And so going over to Piazza has just been like so beautiful and refreshing and another fresh start. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, so have you been there a full year?
Yeah. So I'm like, I think 3 months into my new lease.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I'm not there as long, but
Yeah. Wait. When did you move in?
I moved in sometime in January.
Oh wow. So yeah. But you're coming up. Are you gonna renew?
Unless I get rich and like move to California, I'm gonna renew probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like something. I was like, I know rent's high, but God.
I sold a really big house today, but not enough to move to California and retire. So.
Did you ever watch? Did you watch? It's just. Did you watch? What is it? Bobby Altoff? Okay, she just did a segment with Drake in bed. They've now taken it off because apparently, that's a whole other thing. Google it, people. But so during the thing, she's like this. And he's like, are you reading your notes off your hand? That's what you should do, just for like, can you imagine?
They're just cues.
But she like starts saying it wrong because her hand's like, obviously
Right.
it's not all on there.
Yeah.
What else do you want to know about me?
Public speaking tools. So you told me how long you lived there. So what do you like about living in Philadelphia?
So one of the things that like brought me here, there's a local DJ. You might even know his buddy. It's like BWC Sounds. They used to do this sick show together. Him and DJ Silo and Josh Lang used to do these shows under the viaduct.
Okay.
Like off okay. And he's DJ'd a couple times at our place, but I just remember like walking in and being like, there's so much like culture and everyone was so different and like creative, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing in Westchester? Like, I felt like it was cool because I opened at 22, so like, yeah, you want to go out, go to the bars, and but then you get older and you're more tired and there's just not as much going on out there that you're like. So I really, being that I'm from originally Lancaster, I didn't, and not like the city part, like the farm part, I didn't get like exposed to that a ton.
Okay.
So I think when I came here, it was just kind of like, wow, there's so much more than these small little towns. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm like big into travel, and I feel like this is kind of a little bit of, not necessarily like a melting pot like New York, but I do feel like there's definitely more culture and diversity, obviously, in the city. So I was just kind of drawn to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? What got you here?
So I think
where are you from? I know nothing.
So they asked me.
Yeah.
So well, I guess I was born in Philadelphia. I have no idea where I lived when I was born here. I was here like when I was like a baby, and I left. Went out to the suburbs, like Montgomery County, Upper Dublin, Ambler area, and grew up there. Went to like college in Ohio. Went to law school in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Definitely didn't want to live there. And then
Isn't that so weird that that's the capital?
Yeah, it's weird.
Like I think I always just assume I personally think and feel it should be Philly, or I don't know.
I agree.
People say, you say Harrisburg and you're like, yeah, what is out there? But maybe that's why they do it.
Yeah, it was just, I didn't like it there, but apparently like it just came out in like some survey or something. It's like one of the best places to live in.
Really?
Between like the costs and like the people and stuff like that, but it wasn't for me. But anyway, I wasn't planning on staying. It was just for law school. But and then I moved to New York City for 7 years.
Okay.
Loved it, but just got sick of it.
Her
mess.
Look, you freaking ruined your shirt.
And then went back to like the Ambler area and similar like life changes, and I had enough of the suburbs and wanted to try Philadelphia. So
there you are, back at it. You didn't even know. You're drawn right back.
I like it, but I'm definitely more of like a city person than the suburbs. Like I just always have been. There's like just not enough to do out there. And it gets boring, and I like move a lot.
He's on the go. He needed a dog sitter, people.
Right, and that's why I got a dog. I didn't have enough on my plate, so I wanted a dog. But
no.
That's how I got here.
I love it.
So you told me what you like about Philadelphia. What do you not like about Philadelphia, if anything?
I mean, the crime, like, I don't know. Part of me, it's like, yeah, you're going to find it anywhere. I just feel like lately it's gotten substantially worse, and or at least I guess maybe closer to us. Mm-hmm. Did you ever get Citizens app?
Yeah, I got it. It disappeared off my phone or something, and then it came back a couple weeks ago, and now I'm like, I don't even want it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like living in Gotham with that thing. Like I have to. I can't even look at it. But I don't know. I would say like that's the worst. And then as far as like living here, it is what it is because we have great amenities. Like, but
Oakley.
Business owner.
Okay.
Excuse you. Get over here. Thank you. What I don't like about the city as far as being a business owner, I mean, yeah, like taxes, like all of that, everything, having a brick and mortar, I always say this, like doing it this time again, I'm like, someone kick me in the shins if I say I'm gonna go for 3. Like I would, if I ever leave this or Westchester, like I would go to like one of those Salon suites. Okay. It just is so much less of a headache than an actual brick and mortar when stuff breaks or even down to setting up Wi-Fi. So annoying.
Okay.
Yeah. So
wait, so if you were in a Salon suite in Philly, you still pay the tax, right?
Yeah, but you don't have to deal with all the like the nitty gritty. Like it's already okay. So there's that. I guess doesn't have to do with the city. That's just business owner stuff. But like it's already licensed for Salon. And it's all like umbrellaed. So like kind of what we do with our rent, how they throw everything in and you got that rate. That's kind of what that is. And it's also, I think you pay twice a month instead of once. So that's cool, it like breaks it up. Mm-hmm. It's just a lot of overhead and like different moving parts.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I can't really, other than that, I don't really have much bad to say. I love the food. I would say shopping, but like I'm more of an online shopper. But yeah, Fishtown's getting really, really cool. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's always been, but like it just keeps getting better somehow. So I'm hoping that like trickles this way, because like our area could be so cool if they did something with all those empty shops. Yeah, it's so annoying. But yeah, I love that I can walk. I mean, it's so great that I like forget what floor I park my car on. So
yeah, I've done that. Yeah. You ever go to the wrong floor and almost go to someone's...
Yes, and you just like yeah. I haven't had a full panic yet. I'm just like, oh, you're an idiot. Go to a different floor. But like,
I was eating lunch. I think it was lunch or dinner a couple nights ago, and all of a sudden, like, just someone walked in my room.
Wait, that actually did happen to me very early on.
And he felt stupid and like walked right back out, but it was weird. Yeah, no. Now
I almost used to do that before. So where I'm at, they put like kids' playrooms because the phase isn't done yet. So before I think I like had to think about it more. And now it's like, if I walk into one, it's probably like one of the playrooms. But
no, I've walked into the wrong floor. Like, I thought I parked on my floor, but I was one below, but I didn't recognize it. And luckily the door was locked, so I didn't do it. But yeah, it would have been embarrassing.
That's so funny.
So you sound like you like living in this part of Philly, but if you had to live in a totally different part of Philly or go to a different part of Philly, what do you think, what part would it be?
Okay, and here's my other thing. When you say Philly, because like Taylor Swift apparently thinks she's from Philly and she's from Reading. So when you say Philly, are we talking like even like a little outskirts too, or you mean like city in the thick of it?
The city.
So my friend, she's over in South Philly, and that's like really cool and walkable too. A lot going on down there. I like even, north or south.
Is that like,
I don't know that I care. I don't feel like I do much over in like
Center City.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, you would never catch me there. No. Every time I go over there, I'm like, I can't stand it. I guess I wouldn't, my car would be somewhere, but every time I'm like, why did I do this again? Was this appointment worth it? I'm never going to Rittenhouse for sure, but I could see like South Philly, or first pick would be Fishtown I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I tell my dad he has to say Northern Liberties because he'll tell people North Philly, And he calls me, he's like, where are you living? I'm like, Dad, they're probably thinking of like Kensington or something. Like, calm down. I'm like, you gotta come and actually see my space. You'll know I'm fine.
Right.
But once you hear that, plus the robbery, it was like, when are you coming home? Like, never. Okay, girl, what is your problem?
Yeah, so that's my like number one dislike about Philadelphia is what's going on in Kensington.
Yeah.
I've had to sell houses there, and you go there, it's just another world, and like it's so sad, and like there's got to be a way to fix it, 100%. And they just don't seem like they're trying.
Yeah, no, I mean, okay, if I were to say one other thing that I don't like about Philly is like, what is going on with just like even down to my situation. I mean, it's just as if
no one cares.
Yeah, between it's either that or my workload, and I'm like, bro, you could be pushing this right the fuck off my desk.
Yeah.
And you're being lazy. Like, what are you doing? So I don't know. That's really sad. But did you see Mexico used clips from Kensington it's like a don't do drugs video, and it is straight under the L. I swear to God, look it up.
It's horrible. Like I went there last week to list this house, which I didn't really even know was there, but I just ended up there, and I was like, oh, great. And it's worse than I've ever seen.
Yeah,
that area.
no,
and
it's sad.
It's bad.
I know.
And I'm like, there's gotta be something that they could do to make it better.
I know, and especially with all like the old buildings and stuff that have nothing in it, it's like, okay, can you guys make like a some sort of a house, maybe like a recovery center? Like, what is? Yeah, it's not good. It ain't good.
So it sounds like you like Philadelphia, but if you had to move or wanted to move somewhere else in the United States, where would it be?
I feel like probably, although with my MS, I'm not great with the heat.
Okay.
I think I would go to California, San Diego specifically. I used to do even like brow pop-ups in San Diego. My friend was out there for a little bit, and I think probably San Diego. People say that too. They're like, you're giving like California vibes, and I'm like, I don't know what that means, but I'll take it as a compliment. I think in this moment.
That's probably what I would say.
Really? San Diego too?
Well, either California and probably San Diego or Los Angeles.
It's amazing. So let me know when you go, just in case.
Yeah. I might go soon.
Co-parent out there?
No, I'm not going that soon, but someday.
People keep asking me that. They're like, what happens if one of you guys move? And I'm like, I mean, it's his dog.
I don't think I'm moving for a while.
So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Right.
Got it?
Yeah. But if not, we'll meet in San Diego.
Okay. I love that. Best matcha ever.
Everybody who's been on this podcast so far, I think, other than the last person who actually said she wouldn't move anywhere else, she loves Philadelphia.
I gotta watch that one.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she like really loves Philadelphia. Everybody else said Miami.
To each his own.
Every single one.
I
wouldn't want to move there.
I've never been to Miami. Like, I think like I drove through it, and I remember thinking to myself, like, I used to love playing. I have two brothers. I'm a middle child. Another fun fact. We used to play Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, and I remember driving through being like, honestly, this looks like that. But there's so many people, because everyone was trying to convince me to go for my 30th, and I'm like, guys, I see like the Miami girls on Instagram, and I'm like, that's literally not me at all.
It's
not.
I don't know. I've been there a couple times. It's a fun place to like go, but I would never want to live there.
Yeah.
It's just.
One of my friends just moved out there, and then I have another friend there, so I definitely want to visit, because now I have two reasons. So maybe I'll catch me in Miami, but yeah, never been, couldn't tell you.
Okay, so tell me you do brows.
Oh,
Give
yeah,
me a
that's
little.
why we're here.
Tell me what that even is.
Well, I fell into it. So actually, I was supposed to go to FITM, the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in San Diego.
Okay.
And I came back from committing, and I broke my ankle. 2 plates, 7 screws.
How? How did you break it?
Longboarding. Obviously, I'm not
in
great
San
at
Diego?
it. No. It would have been cooler. No, I was like, yeah, senior week's coming.
Jersey?
No, literally in my development. I was practicing for senior week. I'm not good at it. I'll never get back on.
So on land?
or in the water?
Well, I've always been an apartment girl. My parents got divorced in 6th grade, so I've always been in an apartment since then. So just like in the parking lot there.
Okay.
And yeah, they were like, yeah, you're not going to California. Like, try again in the spring. And I was just like, I don't really want to wait. And my friend, who ironically was stationed in San Diego, her husband was there for Navy base. She goes, there's this Paul Mitchell school in California. I'm gonna go. Like, I know there's one in Downingtown. You know, you should check it out. So I did, and in my head, I'm like, I do like scrunch my hair every day and don't wear makeup. Like, what? But okay. She's like, I don't know. You're really creative. Just go. So I did. Fast forward, signed up that day. I felt the same. I knew I had a creative outlet. I just didn't know what to do with it. I've always liked photography, but at that time, like, social hasn't popped out off yet. So my dad's like, yeah, good luck making money in that. So went to school, graduated, was working at a salon, and then got an opportunity to do the hair and makeup for QVC.
Okay.
19 or 20. The last podcast I did, I think I was so like unprepared. My entire date, like my timeline's so fucked. Like the one point I'm like, yeah, like it was like the year I graduated, and I'm like, yeah, and that's when I opened the brow bar, and it's like, no.
It was off.
Yeah. It's been hard. Don't you feel like once we lost the time with COVID, I feel like my years have been just like, when was that?
Right. Agree.
But yeah, so I got the gig in Westchester. So QVC's in Westchester, which brought me to Westchester because I was doing the hair and makeup. I knew I wanted to get a part-time job because I was really young, and they were just like, we know we need help, but we don't like really have a full thing for you. And I was just so eager, so they knew they could, you know, you got a 20-year-old driving out from Lancaster at 4 a.m. for a shift. Like, I'm like, yes, me, I'll do it. It's like, so I got a part-time job at Alta, and when I went there, they were like, oh, you have your license. Do you want to work in the salon? And I'm like, no, thank you. I just want to learn more about makeup, because I totally faked it till I made it to get there. So I was like, I'm going to get a job so I can see like newest stuff, what other people are using, what customers are buying, what do I need? And they were like, oh, well, we just lost our brow girl. And I was like, okay. And they're like, so I was like, no, I really just want to focus on the makeup. And they're like, well, it pays this much more an hour and you get tips. And I'm like, I'll try it, and if I don't like it, I want to just be on the floor. They said, all right, fine. I had a girl who was great and taught me. She gave tough love, but I can take it, and I loved it. And yeah, from there, QVC gave us an ultimatum and said, we have a mandatory meeting. You miss it, you don't have a job. So I said to Alta, like, hey, I moved out here for this, not you guys. Like, I will make this day up. I will call my clients if you need me to, but I can't miss this meeting. And they said no, and I said, give me my license, then I gotta go. And from there, people started to DM me being like, hey, where'd you go? They said you're not here anymore. I said, yeah, it's like, I'm not doing them anywhere. I'm just focusing on Q. And they're like, well, what do you think about like come to your apartment? I'm like, oh, you guys like really like me. And so I did. I trapped brows out of my apartment, and then my roommate at the time was like, you should pitch to my boss. Like, we don't have anyone doing waxing. People ask us always to do it. We don't have the time. Just like pitch to have your own little like brow bar up in one of the rooms. We have extra rooms. And so I said, okay. So I did. And from there, just kind of got fucked over and back to my apartment. So like I have some clients that have seen like 3 apartments, 4 apartments, like that have been with me since that long.
Wait, so they came to your apartment or you went to theirs?
No, they came to mine.
Okay.
Yeah. So after that, I called my dad and I was like, Dad, I really, really think I can do this. And he was like, okay, like let's run some numbers. I'm like, I already did. Like, I just got to find a space. So we found a space, flipped it. Yeah, I fell in love with it. It's something that's so gratifying that I can like change someone's physical appearance fairly instantly, like that instant gratification. Yes, there's some clients that come in and I'm like, okay, we're gonna grow this part out, we're gonna grow. So it's like more of a slow evolution, but you know, there were a couple times you hand that client the mirror and they're like in tears of joy, like, I look so good. And you're like, this is why I do this. Yeah. So yeah, I take measurements, although my latest reel would say otherwise. That I don't know how to do.
What do you mean take measurements?
So I take measurements. You want my pitch? I create structural symmetry by taking measurements that, wow, I'm butchering my own one.
You should
Cut! No, I'm kidding. Creating structural symmetry by taking personalized measurements to guarantee your eyebrows have the perfect start, arch, and end for your facial features.
Okay. And it's different for...
My employees watching this.
It's different for every person?
Tara, do we need to do an evaluation? Yes, it's different for every person because every person's face is different. So there's like places like Anastasia, they'll slap a stencil on, and so you can't do that. But it's super interesting, like I was saying with we were talking about the reel, how different adjustments can make someone look so different. So I always I've said it, and I will, when I do Drake's eyebrows, he has been the person that I've just slowly over the years, they just keep getting further and further and further apart, and his nose keeps looking larger and larger, his eyes keep looking like they're further and further. I'm like, bro, they're gonna fall off your face, stop. So it's crazy. I didn't always have, oh yeah, you've never even said anything about my unibrow. Okay. Yeah, what do you say? Hey, you got a unibrow?
I guess I will now.
Yeah. No, but I didn't have good eyebrows, and the first time she mapped me, the girl that trained me, I was like, they're supposed to be where? I was shook, but it did. It took me 9 months to grow them out, and then...
Wait, so they just grow on their own?
Mm-hmm. Well, no, so then the unibrow was, a client tried to get me to sell a growth serum, and I was like, stop. Like, just bring it in. My last podcast like this, I said, stop talking about it, be about it, bring me some. Okay. And they did. And so my brows were grown out, so I was like, well, where else can I use it? And I hadn't done it in a little bit, so I put it on my unibrow, and my dad hates it. Absolutely. He's like, it makes no sense. You do it for a living. What are you, like? And I'm like, yeah, but it's a great conversation starter.
All right.
I'm like, can you grow yours out? No. Okay. A lot of people can't. So one day it'll, thin out, whatever. And then also, I always joke, you know how women get like 11s?
Get what?
11s, like the lines here?
Yeah.
Okay. They're called 11s.
Okay.
Welcome. Girl talk. Okay. Right, girl? She agreed. I get like the Steve Harvey.
Okay.
So it hides that.
So it hides it.
Yeah.
Okay, so if someone comes to get them done here, how many times a year, or how often do they typically have to come?
Most average is like 4 to 5 weeks, every 4 to 5 weeks.
Okay.
But everyone's growth is different. For someone like you, from back here, your shape looks great, but it's like if I got closer, there's probably a lot of hair, but you're lighter. So it's
So you would be removing hair or putting hair?
No,
or shaping
yours are
hair.
amazing. I would just probably trim yours and leave them be because they're so light.
Okay.
But for clients, I'm normally removing and or not touching certain areas to help grow them out, and then I also do tinting. And then this location on Monday and Tuesdays.
That's just someone's preference, tinting, or you think it's better?
No, it's everyone's preference. Like mine are super dark. Some people, even with dark brows, will do it just because, to pick up baby hairs, stain the skin. But then there's some that are super light, but their hair is dark, and you're like, well, how'd that happen? So it's just, preference. I love a dark brow. I think once someone who is lighter tints them and gets used to it, it's like you can't unsee it. Or like women, blondies waking up for like tinting lashes. They're like, oh, I wake up and now I can actually see my eyelashes. So just like enhancing. I'm more of like the natural approach, but brows since opening my first location has definitely popped off.
Yeah.
Like there's like, that was another thing.
They never used to do that years ago.
No, and now all of a sudden there's like 27 of them, and you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to Philly then. You guys apparently got it handled here. Yeah, it's as if like everyone saw it. I was so busy that all these places started popping up, and you're like, okay, well, it's not like the best approach for a new business to just go where an already saturated area is. So I had so many clients saying that there was no one out here. So I was like, you guys better show up if I come, and they have. So that's my brow spiel.
Gotcha. So besides brows, you obviously have a nice store here. What else do you sell?
A bunch of different retail. I just like eclectic stuff that I've picked up. Oh, like for instance, we were talking about San Diego. Like I found that in my travels in San Diego.
The matches?
Yeah, and then you just reach out to the companies, and you know, once you have an EIN, you can wholesale. And so that's what I did, because it'd be like, people would be like, oh, where'd you get that? I love that. And I'm like, actually, it's right over on that shelf now. So it was a way to make, because with brows, it's not a ton of products or anything that you're, you know, when you go to a hair salon, you can get like shampoo, conditioner, like, so that, and I have a shopping problem, I don't know. So just eclectic retail. And then last year I launched lip gloss, and I have started to talk about it, but I am launching some brow products coming 2024, which has been for fucking ever, but it'll be worth it. So yeah, just kind of dabble. I like design and stuff, so I feel like that's what's so hard, even just coming here and naming this. It's like there's never been anything that spoke to me. It's just genuinely like me and the things that I like and what I like to do. So, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so I actually, originally was a lawyer.
When you said that, I know, I didn't want to interrupt, but I was like, wait, we gotta talk.
Yeah. Didn't like that. Well, I liked the type of law that
I was gonna say, what
I wanted
type?
to be like a prosecutor, and I did that like for a little while and loved it, but they don't make any money. And then I did like real estate law and like bankruptcy and foreclosures, and that was just brutally bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I opened the store myself, selling like clothing and stuff like that.
No way.
I had it for it was mainly online for a couple of years, and then I physically opened the store.
No way.
And I liked it, but I got burnt out of it and like just couldn't do it anymore.
Well, I think a lot of it is,
and it got harder.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially as the money comes and goes.
And like, Amazon like took off. And,
Yep. Yeah. No, it's hard. And then just dealing with like the public. I mean, customer service and stuff. That's where I try and stay. Like, you have a well-oiled machine, you have your policies, you stick to them. I don't sugarcoat anything. I am who I am online is who you're gonna get in the salon. Like, and I feel like from there it's like, you can come to me or you don't, but like I also don't have to serve someone who walks in here if they're gonna be an asshole. I won't do it, so be nice. You were saying that you've heard great things. No, I'm kidding.
You had.
No, that's good.
I'd say out of 100 comments, at least 25% were like, go here.
Sick, I love that. For Philly or,
It was a Philly. Yeah. I guess there's people from like the suburbs too, but.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
So a girl on my real estate team like targets that group and has gotten so many clients from just sitting in that group.
Yeah. It's actually, I know. Facebook looks so different though as a business owner. Like, it's not fun. Like, I get confused because what do you mean? Like, when I first started, I actually made a Facebook page like for the brow bar, and someone was like, no, they were like, wait, we're gonna friend request the brow bar, and I was like, you have to you make a page and you're the admin for the page. I don't know. Yeah. I just kind of fell off. Honestly, if it wasn't for the business, I actually had it deactivated at the time, but everything's linked together now. So right now, if you were to message us on Facebook, it's like, we can't come to Facebook right now. Right. Please reach out this way, because I just don't even use it. I go on and someone from like, I mean, it was like a year and a half ago, and they're like, hey, your dad left his sunglasses at this restaurant. She must have worked there. And I was like, 2 years later, so sorry. And she was like, yeah, no, you got him. Thanks, though. But yeah, not a fan, but I should be.
So how many men come here to get their brows done?
A decent amount, honestly. Anytime I'm trying to convince a guy, I'm always like, we do an Eagles player, we do an Astros player, so.
You do an Astros player that comes in when he's in town? Or?
So he's originally from Westchester, his parents are there. And I didn't realize until after the service, because he just did a walk-in and I happened to have time, and his hand was all ripped up. And I was like, like so dramatic. Yeah. Like the whole time I'm ripping guys a new one, because no offense, like women give birth for a reason because your pain tolerances are so low. Okay. And you're like, okay. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, guys, man, they really just going in, and afterwards his hand's all ripped up, and I'm like, he's like, oh, it's just from practice and I put it all together because I had never personally seen him, but other employees did, and so I was like, wait, I'm putting this all together, like, also congrats, because they just kicked our butt at the World Series. Yeah, it was right after the World Series. He was coming home to visit his parents. Yeah. But yeah, no, guys, I think guys I have a couple of theories. You know how they're always like, women are always like, men get better with age, and it's like, majority of the time it's because they're shaving and exfoliating their dead skin cells and they don't touch their eyebrows. Like, a lot of the time I feel like women age because they're not doing their brows well. So that's a very easy enhanced, I don't know. And then also, if you saw a guy with a mustache and it started from like here to here, what would you think?
Like, I wouldn't like it. Okay.
So like, guys will, if you're doing it wrong, it's the same thing. It's hair on your face. So I think I always just, have that consultation with them. Like, are we trying to look like we came like running out of the womb with perfect eyebrows? Do you want them more done up, less done up? Guys, majority of the time, even just taking away the unibrow, trimming them and tweezing a few. I mean, I like the less is more, obviously, but I have had guys come in and be like, take the arch higher. I'm like, okay, well, I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've gotten mine waxed once at a nail salon.
Did you hate it?
It hurt.
See? I'm freaking.
No, but not where I'm crying hurt. But
no, but it's
like a shocking hurt.
I'm not gonna lie. I think because I don't do it enough anymore. Like, I tweezed a few this morning, and I'm like, God damn it! Like,
the tweezer hurts more than the wax.
Yeah.
I think.
Like, how do I make a living off of this? It's crazy. Yeah. I forget that I'm just like inflicting pain on people all day long. It's weird.
Yeah. So when you're not working, what do you do for fun?
Honestly, the last couple months has been your dog. Watching your dog. What do I do for fun? I feel like I'm very lucky in the sense that I feel like my work is, like we were talking, photography. Like, I like everything that I do is very much so my hobby. So even if that is like shopping for the store, but if I'm not doing something that is related to my business, it's probably like, I love traveling. Like, I feel like I work to travel. So when you said where would you want to live, I was just gonna be like Italy, but then you said in the U.S. and I was like,
well,
well, they are paying people now. I think it was Sardinia, I read,
to
move there. They give you a grant.
Okay.
Which something ain't right, because why would you want to overpopulate a blue zone?
So they're paying you to live there?
You have to be a full-time resident, and you have to. There was like a couple credentials, but like if I worked from home, my ass would have been out weeks ago. Okay. Yeah, but you're also just like, how can you do that if you're not a citizen? So now you're gonna bend the rules.
That's weird.
I don't know, but yeah, I would.
Italy would be the.
Hell yeah. What about you? Favorite place you ever traveled?
Probably Hawaii. I've been there twice.
I've never.
And
so
you don't
far.
Want to go there right now, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but
I know, that's so sad.
I liked it there. In the United States, California, like multiple places. I'm not a Florida person. I don't know.
But you haven't traveled outside U.S.?
Yeah, but never, like years ago, I was in Russia, I was in Finland, all over the Caribbean, all over Mexico, all over Canada, Hawaii. Like, yeah, that's about, I do want to get to like
Europe.
Some other places.
You gotta go.
I'm not a big, like I don't like going away for some reason in the summer because I think it's like nice here.
Yeah.
But in the winter, I
January, I always, Yeah. Last time I went away in January, actually that was my time. I was in Turks and Caicos, and who pulls up on a jet ski?
Who?
Drake.
Drake again.
I tried, but the grandma next to me was like, Drake, look here. And I was like, bitch, can you calm down? He's not gonna come over here if you're doing that. Like, come on. All right, so now roles reversed. The people wanna know about the dog. Everyone's asking, they're like, did you get a dog? I'm like, no. And they're like, well, why are you with her all the time? And I'm like, well, I was gonna get a dog, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna just watch her once or twice, see if I like this. And then like after the second time, I was like, no, I'm in love. Basically is what happened. And you got her, where'd you say?
So my getting her was also like a spur of the moment thing. I've had dogs before. I kind of missed having a dog, and kind of wanted someone to help me with it also because it is a lot of work.
Okay.
So it like worked out.
So what happened? So someone you were gonna have it with?
A couple of my friends were like, get the dog, we'll take care of it also, we'll split it. And I knew that wasn't really gonna happen. But
did they at least split it with you?
No, they do. No. It was gonna be my dog, but like they were gonna help out.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they don't, because they will if I need them. Yeah. But I don't know. It's just was one of these things. And I knew that it was gonna be me, but like, but I got her. It wasn't Lancaster, but it was one of those towns right near there.
I think because I was looking, we kept saying my dad and brother's name Antonio, so Tony. Yeah. So I kept being like Tony from Leola. So I think it was Leola.
It was Leola.
So yeah, Lancaster area.
Yeah. So you're from Lancaster.
Yeah. Originally, that's where I say I'm from. I was born in Reading, but my parents moved around a lot. Bigger and better house, bigger and better job would have made them, work, and it didn't. But we landed in Lidditz, which is we got cutest small town in America a couple years ago. Coolest small town. But yeah, I lived there from 5th grade up until I moved out when I was 19.
Did you know any Amish people?
You know what's funny? No, but it's funny if you ask people, maybe not, maybe it's just people I hang out with, we can't stand it.
What, did people ask that question?
No, the Amish, you guys don't pay any taxes, you're taking up your roads with the buggies, it's weird, the poor girls are like getting pulled from school, and like, it's just sad. We always said that, like, if we could have save the Amish women. But no, I don't personally know any Amish, but when I did move here and I would say I'm from Lancaster, everyone would be like, you don't look Amish. I'm like, because I'm not.
Yeah.
But no,
I have a funny
personally.
Amish story.
What?
So not this dog, but my last dog was also located in Lancaster. And it was the same thing where I wasn't going up there to get a dog. It was like my daughter was like, can we go look at another puppy? I forget what it was like. So
you only went to look?
That was the thing. So what happened was...
Oh, he was unprepared. He didn't know, and then you fell in love like I did.
Right. So...
What?
Yeah, but so what happened was on the way to Lancaster, it wasn't supposed to snow or something, and all of a sudden this huge blizzard started.
Really?
On the way. And like you said, there was buggies, and they're going with their lights on. It was dark. It was at night. And... it was the scariest ride to get there. And then you pulled up to the address. It was like a barn.
Oh, yeah,
and stopped the car, and all of a sudden the barn doors started opening.
This is like a movie.
It was scary.
And all the puppies just start running out, or no?
It didn't run out. A little boy peeked his head out. It was like a horror movie, and with a lantern. And he was like,
wait,
this.
Are you shitting me right now?
No, I'm not kidding. It gets worse. So he goes like this. So went into this barn and there's like a thing of dogs there, and like 14 kids come and like gather around us, and wearing like their costumes and stuff, and it was just me, my daughter, and kids, and then like a little like mouse ran by my feet, and like she was flipping out, and then all of a sudden the guy came and like,
how many teeth
which one do you want?
How many teeth
I didn't really
did he
look at his teeth, but then it got weirder. So then one of what I thought was like a little girl, like turns out it was like his wife.
No, I bet it was a little girl.
And we were looking at each other like, this is what's going on, like this is, and I think it really was like, I don't know how old she was, it was so weird.
Oh gosh,
but the dog was great. It was a crazy story.
That is, that,
yeah.
And then what?
So that's what I think of Lancaster.
So you were just like, so I'm just gonna take this one and we're just gonna skedaddle.
Pretty much.
Did they have accents?
They did have accents.
It's different. It's a whole other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, unfortunately not.
And she was from someone that was Amish, but it was a much more like normal
so
situation.
This wasn't the interaction when you got her.
No, this is the last dog.
This whole time, that's
this
what I
one was
thought.
just two little Amish boys and their mom.
Aww.
And it was actually pretty nice. And
Yeah.
They were Amish also, but not like the creepy weird story that one.
You never got the dog that day. Yeah, I don't know that I would.
No,
either.
I got that.
Oh,
dog.
you did? Where's that dog?
He lives right now in the suburbs. He's
okay.
like older. I see him a lot. I'm gonna see him today actually. But yeah, he was the one from the creepy Amish guy with the really young Amish
wife
girl.
Yeah. Yikes. Yeah. So that's why I keep telling people. I'm like, they're like, well, what are you gonna do? Hey, you need to settle. I always say you bite the hand. They're like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, well, we'll cross that bridge when you come to it. I'm just in love with her. And it's like, honestly, the best of both worlds. I don't have to, I can be like for you have to deal with going to get her spayed. I'm over here, just see you when you get back, let me know.
I do the
I
bad
love
things.
it.
No, okay.
I love it.
Yeah, it's been great.
No, she's been like pretty good. Does she ever like chew anything up at your place? I know you sent me it was a $20 bill or something.
She's eaten 2 different $20 bills that she got off of a table that was really high. I don't even know how she knew it was up there.
She's got good taste.
And she's bitten a dresser and scraped it up a little. But other than that, she's actually pretty good.
What if I was like, she destroyed my apartment? And I like never told her. No.
I would feel bad.
No, the only thing, you know what she does love? She loves my pens, like my weed pens. And I was like, her dad has to smoke because she's like, loves this. Like to the point I'll get it out and she's like,
really?
Yeah, and she'll sit there and I'm like, do you smoke?
I have one, but she definitely never found it's hidden.
Really?
Do I occasionally?
Like around her?
I mean, I sell real estate, so like, if I didn't every once in a while, I would probably go nuts.
Touche.
But she never got to that. But the greatest thing was I was at a dog park a couple weeks ago, and I definitely didn't teach her how to sit. And like all of a sudden, I was like going like this and saying sit, and she was sitting every single time. And I called you, I remember, and I'm like, I think she learned how to sit. And you were like, yeah, I trained her.
Yep. Yeah, we do.
So I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. They don't just learn to sit.
That's so funny. Yeah, has she done paw for you yet?
She does everything for me now, but it pretty much because of you,
go.
I think. Yeah, because I didn't take.
We're working on down, so if you meet her, please say down. That's what I tell my clients every time they come in. I'm like, and now she's so great. So she just sits on their laps. So now that I've posted about her enough, everyone's like, you have to bring her. She did, what did we do, 2 days last week or 1 day? 1.5.
I don't remember, yeah.
And yeah, my clients love her. She just sits, she hasn't bit them.
That's
like she's teeth eated, like she's a little mouthy today, but no, she just kind of chills. So I've loved it. Thank this man if you ever see him.
Yeah, she also clipped her ears. That's an
Oh yeah. See, she just needs like the girl mom. She needs both. I think it's very important to have both. So I just take care of like the girly things. Teach her what I can. That was my thing. I was like, I said, I'm not going to keep watching her if she's getting tossed around. I was like, I want to do this because you have to have like some sort of structure. So I'm glad I'm helping. Hey, can you stop?
So I guess we'll wrap this up.
All right,
tell everybody how they can get a hold of you. And
you can get a hold of me. Follow me on Browse by Tara Giorgio on Instagram. I'm trying to get into TikTok. And yeah, my website's either taragiorgio.com is more so shopping, but that will also take you to our main hub, which is browsebytaragiorgio.com, and all bookings done through there. And if anyone has questions, although a lot of people, that's another thing here, it's like very efficient. No one really bugs me.
Yeah?
Yeah, Westchester, it's more like, hey, can you book me? Or, you know, I don't know, different demographic, but yeah, if you need me, I got a cell phone, call me, shoot me a text, whatever. But other than that, I'm at 416 West Sherrard Avenue in Northern Liberties, Philadelphia. And I'm still growing, so come through. Maybe we'll have to do his one day. What do you think?
One day.
Comment down below and let us know if you...
What you would do to my eyebrows.
Well, thank you. I'm so glad that whoever canceled.
Yeah, thanks for jumping in here. This was fun.
Of course.
And
thank you.
You can have Oakley today.
All right, cool. Thanks, girl. Talk to you later.
See ya.